Hello, trading is closed on November 4th, 2020. Let's do our disclaimer, then go over our calls. This is my trading plan for tomorrow, November 5th, 2020. If we gap sharply in the undesired direction, the call is killed before the open. Can't guarantee the call is going to work. Here's my email address. We said that we looked for the pattern with the early low. This is it, and tomorrow's pattern also has the early low. Here's what we said. We had a bunch of negative things. We said unless we gap and promptly overtake yesterday's high, we should see lower prices. But we said such a gap was likely, but I don't like predicting things in front of a news event like an election. So we did get the gap up, which is what we needed. If someone would have told me ahead of time that at the end of the day the race would still be undecided, I would have recalled what happened after the 2000 election when the race was undecided and there was a big drop. Here the race was undecided, and it looks like a big gain. So it shows you just can't always count on these things repeating themselves. The way it looks now, it looks like the president's going to lose, but if only Nebraska awarded its electors on a winner-take-all system, he would have won. That's how close it was, and we still don't know what will happen. If, for example, one of the electors is a faithless elector and throws the country into chaos. So I don't want to get into that too much. As I'm recording this, it's still undecided, and it's kind of a situation where you really have to continue the rally or else risk it being reversed quickly and completely. Let's go over what happened during the day. We had the buy signal here. We got enough. Often we'll get more than this. MEJT says the drop is false, gives us a target of 34.69.61. Unless we gap down smartly, that's my call for tomorrow. We are also close to an ultimate target from October 19th, 34.92.20. There's nothing requiring it to print soon, but when you come this close, usually it will, and you'll find some resistance at just over the target. Now I was thinking this trend line was going to hold, and so any rally would probably stop there because this was a valid break. We went through it. That kills the idea. You need confirmation by trading past today's close, not the high, but the close by 1 cent. If you don't trade past the close by 1 cent, this breakup does not count, and we still have a valid break here. The next resistance are from these trend lines here. We're approaching one just a bit over where we are now, so just be aware that it isn't all clear sailing despite today's rally, and there is resistance just in front of us. Now I really cannot come up with a clear, incontrovertible way to count the decline from this high, which for now at least I'm still expecting to hold. This is the September high. If this is the right count, and again the question marks mean I don't know if it's the right count. It's hard to see it ending here, even though we stopped right at the Gann fan 1 by 1 line from the wave 3 high. However, there is a different way to count this. I mean, if B is over here, and this is an ABC with a nice C equals 786 times A, if we start dropping from here, we could have a wave black C like black A. Now I don't know if that's the right count or not. Nobody does. But just as we have to clear the close to validate today's break, we have to clear the high to rule this scenario out. Well, Thursday's open has really low. It doesn't mean you won't gap up. Typically it's a rally day with a high in the final hour. Early weakness turns the tables. Further declines typically ensue even if you get a rally the rest of the day. Now there is a higher MEJT target. Unless we gap down smartly, I think it'll print, so that's positive. However, we gapped up, hit a higher high, closed under the highs, and that is negative. It's negative, so the rules for mixed signals are going to apply. The commonest thing is we gap, promptly move outside the day's range. Next common close, it'll change. Big move on Friday. Sometimes either one of those things happen. Now, so far, we have a strong rally day. The correction is only a standard 38.2% retrace from yesterday's close. It's no big deal. I'm not anxious to stand in front of it. However, be aware the largest point move of the leg, and that was today, it frequently occurs on the day it hits this extreme. Accordingly, bulls need to clear today's high for confirmation. If today's high holds, I'm not saying it will, but if today's high holds, it fits with a number of systems as a candidate for the end of this leg up. Bulls accomplished quite a lot. They have a little more work to do. I don't predict that we're going to drop right from here, especially with a higher target. But if we do, if that happens, it's very negative because it'll probably start a whole leg down. Wouldn't surprise me if we just continued higher, but until that happens, we can't rule out the possibility that this news-related occurrence gets reversed quickly and completely. So bulls need follow through tomorrow. But there is a higher target here, 34.69, 61. Today, which usually is a rally day, just don't count your chickens if we get an early drop. And that is today's call.